I absolutely love this from Billy Joe Saunders. He's at the face-off head-to-head with Canelo, and he's trolling him. Billy Joe is dressed in his Versace bathrobe with his sandals or flip-flops on. Canelo Alvarez is fully dressed. And Billy Joe is trying to get in Canelo's head. He's trying to annoy him. He's trying to get under his skin. He's telling Canelo, "You love the beef?" And his dad is chiming in like a little hype man in the background talking about juicy beef, juicy beef. You love the beef. So, like I say, mind games from Team Saunders, and many people believe these mind games are going to backfire. Well, perhaps they will. That remains to be seen. But if nothing else, it's entertaining, and I want to be entertained. So I'm glad that Billy Joe and his dad in this face-off provided me with some entertainment. Hopefully, this carries on for the remainder of fight week and carries on into the fight itself. I hope we get some entertainment. Now, as far as the psychological elements which are at play here, Billy Joe Saunders, as we've seen many times in the past, similar to Tyson Fury, he likes to try and get the opponent out of their comfort zone mentally. With Canelo Alvarez, great fighter, future Hall of Famer. But over the past few years, he has been in his comfort zone. He's had things all his own way as far as being the A side, as far as judges and so on. And when that's the case, you can develop a certain level of comfort and perhaps even complacency. Now, we know Canelo is a consummate professional, always trains tremendously hard. He's a gym rat. So I'm not talking about complacency from that perspective. What I mean is complacency in the sense that you're so used to being in your comfort zone that when somebody takes you out of your comfort zone, you may not be able to adjust. It may negatively affect your performance. You see what I'm saying? Because you're just too used to being in that comfort zone. And that is what Billy Joe Saunders is attempting to do with Canelo. He's attempting to take him out of that. Similar to how Tyson Fury did against Vladimir Klitschko, another guy who'd had it all his own way for a very long time. Tried to get under his skin, take him out of his comfort zone, get him acting and fighting a little bit out of character. Now, Klitschko and Canelo are different type of personalities. Klitschko's a lot more cautious. Canelo Alvarez, even though he's a calm guy, he's definitely got more of a fiery streak in him naturally than Vladimir Klitschko. But nevertheless, irrespective of what character you have, it's the situation you're in. And Canelo's been in a situation, as I keep saying, where he's had it all his own way for a long time. I can't remember the last time somebody tried to aggravate Canelo Alvarez the way Billy Joe Saunders is trying to here. And of course, it's not just this face-off. There's been the issue with regards to the ring. There's been the issue with regards to the officials and so on. And perhaps these were genuine areas of concern for Team Saunders. But maybe there's an element of also wanting to kick up a fuss just to get Canelo Alvarez angry. That could be at play here too. There could be more than meets the eye with regards to the antics of Team Saunders. Apparently, the ring issue has been resolved and they will be fighting in whatever it is, a 22-foot, 20-foot, 22-foot ring. Like I said in a previous video about this fight, it's like when you're bartering with somebody, a negotiation. I go high, you go low. You know those ones? Billy Joe Saunders requesting a 24-foot ring. That's a very large ring, particularly for middleweights. Did he really think he was going to get a ring that large? Or he was just entering into a negotiation. He understood that, okay, if we ask for something ridiculously big, we're not going to get that. We don't even intend to try and get that really, as long as we get something bigger than 18 foot. You know? So, yeah, that issue, according to Billy Joe, has been resolved. I'm sure that Team Canelo will be looking to pull some shenanigans, maybe even on fight night. Because look, cash cow fighters tend to have people within their teams that pull shenanigans anyway. Not all the time, but a lot of these cash cow fighters do. They're always looking for an advantage. They always want to protect the cash cow in whatever way they can to keep the money flowing so everybody's getting paid. Remember, it's not just the fighter themselves. They've got entire teams that are getting paid off them. So they'll do whatever they can to get an advantage behind the scenes, unsettle the opponent. So that's going to happen anyway. But then when you've got a guy like Billy Joe Saunders who's trying to aggravate the cash cow as much as he is, surely they're going to try and go above and beyond with regards to behind the scenes antics to unsettle Billy Joe. Maybe that's playing into Billy Joe's hands. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But as I said before, whether this backfires on Billy Joe or not, I just like it for the purposes of just pure entertainment. Juicy beef. Juicy beef. And by the way, there's something I forgot to talk about when it comes to Tom Saunders, Billy Joe's dad, in the interview that he did with, I believe it was IFL. I did a video on it. And he referred to Billy Joe as having trained in Ace Ventura. It was Tom Saunders, wasn't it? It wasn't Billy himself. Sometimes I can get mixed up in terms of which interviews I've watched recently, but I'm pretty sure it was a Tom Saunders interview. He said when Billy was out in Ace Ventura. Yeah, comedy all the way. More of the same, please. And I'd like to see Billy Joe get up in Canelo's face at the weigh-in, really try to aggravate him, see if he can get Canelo to bite. This is something Billy Joe does a lot. You know, he did it with, what's the guy called now? I forget his name. Willie Monroe. He did it with Willie Monroe. Now, obviously, Willie Monroe is not even in the same universe as Canelo Alvarez in terms of quality of fighter, in terms of mental strength. But it just shows the kind of stuff that Billy Joe likes to do. He even gets his son involved in trying to aggravate you and troll you and upset you. And that's what he did with Willie Monroe, and it worked very well. I thought Willie Monroe was going to cry at certain stages when Billy Joe was trolling him. So, yeah, the mind games have begun. You got Eddie Hearn smiling here, what Billy Joe's doing. Juicy beef. Juicy. Yeah, love it. More the same, please. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide range of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&A sessions, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got a Discord server where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. There's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.